planning a road trip to southwest Sweden. In this video we will share our amazing route and stops we made and tell you in which hotels and Airbnbs we stayed. This way we can help you plan your perfect trip to Sweden. Our goal was to have a relaxed road trip and not to drive more than 5 hours to get from one place to another. So when we left the Netherlands, our first stop was in Kiel, Germany. We booked the amazing and new Me and All hotel right at the harbor. Perfect location for a relaxed first night. Then we drove to Copenhagen in Denmark. This awesome city has been in our travel wish list for a long time and it really was worth all the hype. We stayed at the Copenhagen Island Hotel with an amazing view over the water. Only a short walk by the water brought us to the center of this great city. It was the perfect location for 2 nights, so we had time to explore the city to the fullest. Next we drove over the Öresund bridge into Sweden. We checked out Alice Stenar, 1400-year-old stones in the shape of a ship. Then walked through the cute town of Ystad and drove on to our final stop of the day, our hotel pension Strandgarden in Malmo, a great town at the west coast with a cute harbor and great hiking opportunities. The next day we drove from Möller to Gränna, where we stayed at the Huli Ham Farm in Jakobstorp for 3 nights. This was exactly what we hoped for, a traditional Swedish cabin in the middle of nature, the perfect hideout to relax for 3 days. We made some great hikes to 2 lakes and of course we had to visit the town of Gränna, known for being the origin of the candy canes. By the way, do you want to see more details of our road trip in the southwest of Sweden? Check out our travel vlogs and our What to Eat in Sweden video. So subscribe right now for much more on this amazing country. But now, back to our itinerary. For the next night we booked a cabin at the fun and unique Beverly Hills Camp. A camp with 5 cabins styled in the country theme. We walked around to explore the area and later that night made a fire at the camp. And yes, we even roasted some marshmallows. Yum! The next morning on our way to our next location, we made a quick stop at one of the famous wooden towns, U. We had amazing ice cream at the best ice cream shop in Sweden and then walked through the park and center of the gorgeous town. The little stugan, little cabin in Bäckafors was the next stop we booked. Another gem right in the middle of nature surrounded by lakes. We stayed here for 2 nights and enjoyed the various hiking trails that start right outside of the cabin. A boat was also included in the price for the cabin, so we even had a nice boat trip on the lake. Next up was one of the most unique locations we had booked for this trip, a teepee near Sunne. It was such a fun experience to sleep in a teepee at a lake, gorgeous spot that we will never forget. Before heading to our next cabin, we made a stop in the city called Karlstad, at the northern part of Lake Vänern. We walked in a great park, had amazing food and late that night arrived at our cabin Stuga Glaskogen near Arvika. This was our last cabin on this trip and it was again such a perfect location for 2 nights. We really fell in love with all these cabins here in Sweden. After 2 days of enjoying the last walks in nature, we moved on to Gothenburg. We stayed 2 nights in the Radisson Blu Hotel. A great spot for exploring the city and relaxing as well. We were happy to include Gothenburg in our trip. Although we loved all the nature experiences, we also love exploring cities. And Gothenburg should really be on your list when you visit Sweden. From Gothenburg to Malmo is a 3.5-hour drive that follows the coastline. In Malmo we stayed at the Hyatt Story Hotel Studio for 2 nights. After enjoying the city and some final Swedish food, we had to say goodbye to Sweden. In order to not have to drive for 9 hours straight, we had booked a night at the Gastwerk Hotel in Hamburg. We love adding quick stops along our route and Hamburg had always been on our list. Of course we didn't have a full day there, but enough time to get a first impression. The next morning we drove home. Thanks for coming along on our journey to Sweden with us. Make sure to check out our other Sweden videos as well, in which we go a bit more in depth into what we experienced on our road trip. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and if you have any questions, just let us know in the comment section. See you soon. Bye.